So my name is Alison Strange. I am a Graduate Management Trainee here at Alltruck. I chose Alltruck to pursue my graduate career because they are genuinely a really nice bunch of people, and I came to the graduate day. I didn't really know what to expect. I'd not been to a huge amount of grad days, not interviews. It was a whole separate day that you went in and you spoke to all of the directors and you spoke to the other graduates that were had already been here as well. And they were just so lovely, they were so kind, and the job role sounded really exciting. And although I'm not the kind of person that was trying to get a job in trucks, it was interesting enough for me to basically just want to work here because of the just all of the people basically. So my day-to-day role here in Nottingham is working in the VIPs department, which is Vehicles in Progress. So essentially this department looks after the vehicle between the point where the sale is confirmed, the contract is signed, and then gets taken through and then gets sent to the customer. So we do taxing, we do cameras, we do livery, so all of the signs on the side of the trucks, we do all of that stuff, or we order that stuff. There's a lot more kind of organisation of where the trucks are, who needs to be where, what time. It's a lot more complicated than it sounds, and Andrea will tell you so. But I'm really enjoying it. It's always fast-paced and I've always definitely got stuff to do. I enjoyed most about working at Alltruck just the people and getting to know an industry that I didn't know anything about in the first place, and just being able to basically go home and tell all my family and friends fun facts about trucks that they would never know. So my perspective on the logistics and transport industry since working at Alltruck, obviously it has changed so much. I didn't know anything about this industry before I started. I came to the Alltruck induction and grad day kind of thinking, I don't know what I'm really coming into, but I was excited because the people were so lovely. I have learned so many little facts about trucks and it's actually really fun. The way that Alltruck supports its graduates is by having graduate days, development days every quarter, where we go in and we have basically kind of one-to-one sessions with either Paul and Debbie or a number of the directors, where they give us training sessions and basically just improving our skills to be management. So the way that the business has kind of supported me and nurtured me through some of my graduate roles has been basically sticking me with somebody that knows everything and anything there is to know about the business. And when they're not there, there is definitely somebody else or a number of people on the sidelines wanting to help me as well. And if there's any issues, then we all kind of work together to try and solve them. Alltruck encourages a culture of learning and development within its business by, specifically for the graduates, giving them kind of opportunities to go and do different projects, including all of the development days. So we have council sessions and just kind of days where we have lots of different types of training. I mean, for instance, we went to a horse yard a few months ago and had some team building and communication skill-based learning, and it's all just been really, really fun. An example of an opportunity that we've had as graduates to take on a kind of leadership role would be the council sessions that we've done relatively recently. We were given the task of giving presentations to the whole of the business, every single person within the business, to try and get them to bring out ideas for how to make the company more environmentally friendly. And we came out with so many good ideas. Obviously, a lot of them were truck related, which as graduates, we probably wouldn't have been able to come up on our own. So that was really good, and hopefully we've got some good ideas for the business in the future. So the kind of feedback system that Alltruck has is we have one-to-ones every quarter. So you sit down with your boss, whoever looks after you, and they kind of give you some feedback and let you know where you're doing well. and where you're maybe needing to pick up a little bit of slack, if there is any. We also have appraisals every 6 months where you sit down with your boss again, but for a longer period of time, and there is a big sheet that you go through, which is basically just a longer version of the one-to-ones and give you some goals for the next 6 months and to see where you have gotten from your previous goals. The business has a load of different benefits given to its employees. So for example, there is a small one, I would say, is there's boxes of fruit every week. We've got large boxes of fruit where everybody can take however much they want. A larger one, I would say, is our social events and days. So coming up, we've got a day out at Drayton Manor where we can bring our families, friends, which should be a great day. So we've had pink weeks and retreats also where the business takes a few employees out for a day or 2 or 3 days where they work on stuff the business needs to work on and generally just have a good time. Alltruck is very big on their sustainability, and this is something that us as graduates have been able to be really hands-on with in the council sessions. In our first few weeks of being here at Alltruck, other than our induction, we were tasked to create a presentation to present to the board. The presentation was essentially about telling the directors what they can do to reduce carbon emissions within the business and within the trucks that we use and our customers use. We came up with a few ideas like alternative fuels and solar power for trucks specifically, and I think it opened their eyes to how many possibilities there are, but it also really helped me and Henry as graduates to figure out what was going on and what the possibilities were for us as well to get involved with everything really. So an example of how Alltruck really helps their graduates in their career development is the fact that I am currently talking with my boss, Natalie, in order to get my CIPS qualification, which is a supply chain qualification. I really wanted to go into supply chain after I left uni, that's what I did my degree in, and they've really helped me to try and take that step forward with it. So I would say I'm very positive about my future here at Alltruck. I have been given so many different opportunities by the directors and by everybody involved. And I think I've grown so much in confidence, in my skill set, in just generally being able to work. This was my first job out of uni and it was a bit of a shock to the system, I can't lie, but I think I've really grown into it and I'm really enjoying where I am at the moment. Some advice that I would give to somebody applying for Alltruck's Graduate Management Trainee programme would be just get stuck in. Come to your induction day, your grad day, whichever your first interview kind of situation is, and just get stuck in. They will appreciate it so much. If you are confident and just happy to be there, you will stand out from the crowd. I would totally recommend working at Alltruck. I think the people here are just so friendly and everybody wants you around. Everybody's very happy to help you in any way they can. I think you will struggle to find a different company that is so as tight-knit as this one is. Plus you've got loads of benefits. I mean, who wouldn't want to play with horses on a work day? Yeah, no, definitely I would completely recommend working here.